right in the middle of nowhere in BC. That is just crazy. So if you guys were living under a rock, BC, something crazy happened in BC, man. There was a mass shooting. Um, right now they're saying 10 people dead and a lot of people injured, man. But first we're gonna go through a couple clips to see what's really going on. So in this first clip here, like as soon as, see, this is just 7 seconds, but as soon as people heard that, they were like, something's going on.
That includes the deceased gun person.
Okay. And then separately, do you know the gun person's relationship to the...
So if you guys didn't catch it, they called the person, the attacker, a gun person. This led people to believe that that person is transgender, and a lot of people are not happy with the way the media is painting it out. Like they should have just called it out for what it is. It says here, breaking: 10 dead, including shooter, 25 plus injured in Tumbler Ridge shooting. RCMP says female suspect with brown hair was found dead with an apparent self-inflicted injury. So yeah, pretty much Tumbler Ridge, well, it's an area, a very secluded area in the province of British Columbia, a very small town. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this type of school shooting reminds me of some of the things that's been going on in the US. You know what I'm saying? It really reminds me of that. Very sad situation. I just still can't believe it. Here's BC Premier David Eby. He's asking for more information.
Yes, local RCMP has not yet released the suspect's identity, but we're hearing from multiple people within the community that there seems to be a consensus of, who this might be. So I was wondering if you, in your conversation with the RCMP, if they plan on releasing that identity tonight or in the next few hours.
I don't know what RCMP plans are about releasing the identity of the individual that is the suspected shooter in this incident. The RCMP will be providing that updated information.
I'm guessing they're going to use the Youth Criminal Justice Act to not release that person's identity. I'm guessing.
As they can going forward. What they've asked for right now is patience. The community, the province, the country wants this information, needs this information to try to make sense of what happened. But I think everybody's focus right now is making sure that the families and...
Let's check out some of the comments. Someone says here, Lex Blazer, it's a trans-identified male named Jesse Strang. He took the firearm from his mother's safe in Tumbler Ridge. He has a YouTube channel with trans theme. If you open source check his mom, Jennifer Strang, and her various social media posts. Again, this is all speculation. There's no confirmation that this is the actual attacker. I did do my own due diligence and did a little research. The Facebook account is real, of whoever just flash on the screen. The Facebook account is real. However, I see the people that are aligned with that person are from Ontario. Again, that doesn't mean nothing. I'm waiting for the official confirmation. Let's check out someone that was actually there, like how they describe that classroom.
Is Sarah Penton at CBC Kelowna. Sarah?
Gloria, I just got off the phone with a student who was at the high school when the shooting happened. He's 17 years old. His name is Darian Quist, and his mom's name is Shelley. We reached them at their home, and he shared the just compelling story of being in the school when the lockdown occurred. We've got that tape now, and it's a bit of a longer interview, and there are a few beeps in it where you can hear
30 hour time, and I was
to be in that school. I got a hold of them when they were at their home. So it was Darian and his mom, Shelley, sitting next to each other and telling us about what unfolded. Have a listen.
Yeah. So I was getting briefly off of my support block, which ends at 1:30 our time, and I was heading down to the mechanics classroom. Nothing seemed wrong. And then I got into the mechanics classroom. We watched a short video on how to replace batteries, and then I've never been through a lockdown in the school before. Alarm starts going off. Miss Steely's running around in the hallways on the phone. She's saying, "This is a lockdown. Close the doors." So we closed the doors, and I think for a while I didn't think anything was going on. I thought it was just like maybe a secure and hold. But once everything started circulating, we kind of realized that something was wrong. We got tables and barricaded the doors. And I believe we sat in there for about 2 hours, 30 minutes until members of the RCMP and I believe SWAT had come through the door and escorted us all out of the high school.
And when it was happening, did you hear anything from the other side of the door?
No, I did not. We were what I believe is most of it took place up in the upstairs section of the high school, and we're on the far left end away from that, which is on the far right end.
Okay.
So if anything had occurred, I did not hear anything.
So there was nothing. And so what was it like in the classroom that whole time?
It's definitely tense. I think we were all very nervous, so we tried to keep things light and just try and keep each other motivated and not fall into grief. But once people sent me some photos, it definitely set in what was actually happening.
What kind of photos were they sending?
They were disturbing, just showing blood and things like that.
Oh man, Darian, I'm so sorry. And so then you realized just how serious.
Then I think that's when it all really set in.
Yeah. How scared were you?
I was definitely pretty scared. I was wondering if we were formulating an escape plan if anyone did come up to the door, that we were going to run out the garage door and out of the back towards the visitor center.
I tried to find some of the pictures that he's describing. Unfortunately, I just couldn't find anything. Usually when things like this happen, you always have, X and Reddit. Those images go really fast. They go around really fast. Again, those are very nasty images. Very, very sad situation. And I really hope that people realize that, like it's not this type of thing just don't only happen in the US. I know a lot of Canadians have a pride saying, yo, we never have school shootings. No, it can happen. And it is important to always, there's a reason why we have those lockdowns and those practices. It's for a reason.
How many?
So
How many of you were there in the classroom at the time?
it would have been maybe 15, I think, maybe 14.
Yeah.
A relatively small class.
Was a teacher there with you?
Yeah, Mr. Naronia was our teacher.
Yeah. What was he doing?
He was just making sure everyone was in the correct place, making sure everything was going smoothly. I think once we realized, we kind of organized us all to start moving the tables towards the doors and just formulating our escape plan if anything did happen.
Yeah. Sorry to ask, is it possible to turn the notifications off on your phone? If it's not, that's okay.
I didn't. Oh, sorry. If it was coming through, I do apologize.
Oh no! I finally got the word that you could get out. What happened? What was that like?
The police came through the door and yelling hands up, things like that. And we were all escorted out of the classroom, keeping our hands up the entire time. And there were police positioned at different points throughout the building, making sure that nothing was coming from front or behind. And we were escorted out one of the foyers, and we left out the door and then turned up towards the community center where I met my mother.
Wow. I think that dinging might be on my end. Can I get you to hold on for a quick second?
No worries.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Flick that off if it is on.
What?
Is your notifications on?
No.
I didn't.
Okay, we're gonna take a break from this. Next, I want to see what the RCMP, what were they really saying? Like, again, this is the alleged person. Again, I don't know if it is. I'm not gonna speculate, but this is what the people are saying. Let's check out this news clip.
RCMP have confirmed a total of 10 people are dead. That includes the suspect who died of a self-inflicted wound. 6 victims were found dead in the high school. 2 victims dead at a separate location. That location being a home. We're still trying to confirm exactly where. Police say 1 victim died en route to hospital. As for the injured, 2 victims were airlifted to hospital with serious injuries. 25 others were triaged, according to police, at the local medical center for non-life-threatening injuries. The backstory here, Tumbler Ridge RCMP got reports of an active shooter around 1:20 p.m. local time at Tumbler Ridge Secondary School. The school was put on lockdown. We talked to a grade 9 student who said it was terrifying. They had to hide in a classroom for more than an hour before being released to a nearby community center. In fact, the entire community of nearly 2,000 people told to stay inside. Businesses shut down for several hours. That emergency alert has since been canceled. As I speak, a significant number of RCMP resources are heading to Tumbler Ridge. That includes more frontline officers, BC RCMP major crime investigators, as well.
That is crazy. That is crazy. Someone says here, how awful. The terror for those poor people. I'm so sorry for the victims and their family. It's not common in Canada, but it's still awful. Heartbreaking. And yeah. This is pretty much what we have, what we know. Again, there's still no information on the actual, shooter or person who started it all.
9 people killed, plus the shooter in Tumbler Ridge, British Columbia. 6 of those at the high school, the shooter taking their own life. 2 others were found dead at another location. 2 people airlifted with serious or life-threatening injuries, and 25 others who were assessed who had injuries that were not life-threatening. We don't know if those other 25 have gunshot wounds, if it was wounds injuries as people scrambled to get out.
Holy, this is just sad, bro. Like, today keeps on getting worse. Today just keeps on getting worse,
9 people.
Let's check out the latest, okay? In a statement sent to CBC News, the chair of the parent advisory of the Tumbler Ridge Elementary and Tumbler Ridge Secondary urged family to check in with their kids after the pew-pew. Hold on each other close. Again, there's no information on the shooter yet. There's just a lot of speculation. I can't really talk about those speculations because it's not confirmed. But again, there's not much information. It's looking kind of dry right now. Not gonna lie to you guys. Let's check out what the chief said. Okay, I see people are focusing on that 7-second clip. Holy, that's all people have from this? Okay, so the mayor said he'll probably know every one of the victims. Holy, guys, this is super sad news. I just can't believe it, bro. Again, 9 people killed, 25 injured. I've had an update that said it was 10. On this news article, it says 10 dead, including female suspect and shooting at BC school and home. So what happened is that the person was obviously a student at the school. They unalived their parents, right? And after unaliving their parents at the home, they went to the school and unalived the people at the school too. That is crazy. That is crazy. Again, I'm not sure if that's the person, but hey, it is what it is. A lot of people are trying to call out the media and the government, saying, "Oh, yo, you guys are how do you say it? You guys are Like they want that person to be named like they would, right? Not call that person a gun person, right? Because they call the shooter a gun person, not a gunman or a gun trans woman. But let's continue with this article here. RCMP says 8 people, including the female suspect, are dead after the shooting, while 2 more bodies were found at home believed to be connected to the incident. RCMP North District Commander Floyd said police are not in a place to understand why the shooting took place at Tumbler Ridge and the residents in the community. Floyd said more than 25 people were hurt, including 2 with life-threatening injuries, while an alert for the residents to shelter in place was lifted after police determined there was no other suspect. He said he can't provide details about the shooter, who was found dead at the school with what are believed to be self-inflicted injuries, but confirms they're the same person described in the alert as a female dressed in a dress with brown hair. Floyd said about 100 students and staff evacuated from the school. He said in a briefing, police who entered the school encountered a very dramatic scene, finding 6 victims dead. Wow. As well as the body of the shooter, while another person died on their way to the hospital. Floyd said that without support of professional at the clinic, this would have been far more worse. Police say they identified a secondary location to believe connected to the shooting, and 2 people were found dead inside the residence. That is crazy. Let me see. Okay, so here's
During
the
their
real
search, police located
this is the full RCMP meeting they had.
multiple victims. The individual believed to during their search, police located multiple victims. The individual believed to be the shooter was also found deceased from what appears to be a self-inflicted injury. 6 additional people, not including the suspect, were found deceased inside the school. 2 victims were airlifted to hospital with serious or life-threatening injuries, and a 3rd victim died being transported. All remaining students and staff have been safely evacuated, which was about 100 people. Police are working closely with the school district to support a coordinated reunification process for families. Approximately 25 others are being assessed and treated at the local medical center for non-life-threatening injuries. As the investigation progressed, officers identified a secondary location believed to be connected to the incident. 2 additional victims were located deceased inside a residence. Police are conducting further searches of other homes and properties to determine whether anyone else may be injured or otherwise linked to today's events. Additional RCMP resources have been additional RCMP resources have been deployed to support both the response and the investigation, including frontline officers, the emergency response team, BC RCMP major crimes, and victim services. We would also like to extend our sincere thanks to our partners at BC Emergency Health Services and the Tumbler Ridge Fire Department, as well as the local medical center for their critical support throughout this incident. BC RCMP Major Crimes has assumed conduct of the investigation and is working to determine the full circumstances surrounding this incident. We are not in a place now to be able to understand why and what may have motivated this tragedy. This was a rapidly evolving and dynamic situation, and the swift cooperation from the
So here it says update on the mass shooting in Tumbler Ridge. Police say an attacker killed 9 people before taking their own life on Tuesday. 6 victims were found dead inside Tumbler Ridge Secondary School, while a 7th person died on the way to the hospital. The body of the attacker was also found at the school. 2 more people were found dead inside a residence nearby. Police described the suspect as a female in a dress with brown hair. In an active shooter alert sent to the community. Wow. At least 2 other people were taken to the hospital with serious or life-threatening injuries following the attack, and as many as 25 people were being treated with non-life-threatening injuries. Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney said he is devastated by the shooting and that his government stands with all British Columbians as they confront this horrible tragedy. So yeah, guys, I need everyone to keep BC in their prayers, and it is a very sad situation that just happened. Again, mass shootings, they don't happen a lot in Canada, but when they do, it still really hurt. So, guys, this was the Underground Nation. This nation is truly underground in connection with the GTV network. We are out.